Ha 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 ha. Game over. Press any button to continue.
Welcome to Any Button Podcast, the gaming podcast brought to you by the co-founders of Double Dash Jump.
I'm Ben, and this should be Matt.
That is my Twitter handle.
Yeah.
Well done.
This week in games we've been playing, I've been hitting up Heroes of the Storm, not because I'm a fan of MOBAs or even because I like the game, but because I wanted that Officer Diva skin for Overwatch. It makes siren sounds when you fly a mech. It's really fun to say, "Stop resisting!" when you start trying to get the enemy team off the point. And then after I unlocked it, I started playing Overwatch again. And I need to go back and finish Persona 5. Since I'm so close to finishing it, but I haven't been feeling it this week. What about you, Steph?
That kind of reminds me of me with Breath of the Wild. I've done everything. Ganon's just sitting there like, hello. And I'm like, later. I don't want to be finished yet. But last night I was actually playing Bomberman on the Switch. And we had 8 people.
What?
And oh man, I tell you, it was the best thing. It was so many bombs. No, don't do.
How many controllers do you have?
Well, we had 3 people who owned the Switch. One had just one set of Joy-Cons. I have 2 sets of Joy-Cons, and the other guy had 1 set of Joy-Cons and 2 Pro controllers.
No. Alright.
So we ended up actually having 10 controllers. Because in Bomberman you could just do it sideways.
I don't think I've ever had that problem before. We've got too many Wii controllers.
What am I supposed to do with all these controllers?
Yeah, since E3 and Mono's birthday are coming up soon, lots of game-related things are just down to rumours and leaks. I blame Mono, but...
Yeah, it's definitely Mono's fault. He's in Canada hoarding all of the news.
We did get Guardians of the Galaxy before him, though.
Yeah, we did.
I saw it twice, and I was like, have you seen it? He's like, comes out on Thursday. So we're going to refrain from covering that stuff because they're not really fun to talk about. We used to back in the early days of Double Dash Jump, but our podcast went for an hour and a half then, and we talked about every scrap of, well, everything. But I guess that did include in movies because we had Mono. But we had nothing to say about them, so the flow of the show, that rhymes. Yeah, it was kind of just interrupted.
Did you just interrupt yourself?
Yes.
On purpose?
Yes.
God damn it. Why? I do have to say that all the leaks that we have been covering since we've been like Any Button, I think one hasn't come true, and that was the Smash Bros. Character.
Yeah.
That was the only... I think that's 2 for 3. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't watch my podcast. I don't know what I talk about in it.
No, I forget. That being said, I do want to do a callback to about 2 weeks ago when I was talking about the next event for Overwatch. Back then, I kind of said, well, maybe it's Summer Games. Big Daddy Jeff said that's going to be a yearly thing, and that's coming up. But now with a new update on the PTR, which is the public test realm, for those who don't play Overwatch and probably don't play on PC either, I won't go into too much detail about the minor challenges and balances that they've brought through and the quality of life things, because we're not an Overwatch-centric channel. We talk about Overwatch, but we're not exclusive.
No. We see other games.
Yeah. I will say that the new kill feed that they have in the PTR is great. It gives you credit for like if you help or get an assist. I kind of really hope that they show that if you do a wombo combo with Zarya and Hanzo.
I'll finally be able to... People will know that I do things as Zenyatta.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, he is helping.
Anyway, a YouTuber by the username of Hammy.
Hammer?
I think it's Hammy. Data mined new files and found that there's a reference to Event 6 with new unlockables for all the characters and new or updated map files as well. This doesn't really lend to any credit to what kind of event the event actually is. A lot of people are speculating that it's the 1 year anniversary event, but nothing sort of has come out of that. But that's proof that there's a new event coming sometime in the future.
So basically, we've learnt that there is an event, and in the event, there will be event skins and event maps, just like every other event. I'm glad.
But it's more just saying that when we talked about this 2 weeks ago, and we were just like, this should be happening. It's like, it is happening. That's another one.
I still want to play.
Now it's plus one. Now it's 4 for 5.
4 for 5. I still want to play Lucio Ball. I haven't played Lucio Ball ever.
Lucio Ball was fun. So, because this week is a lot of leaks and rumors and stuff, there's a list of supposedly confirmed games that are coming to E3. We're just going to compile them all together and talk about that, and I think this is going to be the majority of the podcast.
It's just
speculation analysis.
Okay. Very, very short bursts. Speculation.
Yeah. So, from the list, first up from 505 Games is Project 7, which is linked to Remedy Games, which are credited for doing games like Alan Wake.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never even heard of this.
No. See, I was just thinking from the top of my head, Project 7 would have been Halo 6, because Halo 6 is the 7th installment because of ODST ruined the flow of the show. I'll cut that out.
I personally have played Alan Wake or any of the games that they've been credited for, so that's that. From Activision, we've got Call of Duty World War II, we've got Destiny 2 and Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy.
I just am curious what's going to have better gunplay, Call of Duty World War II or Destiny 2.
I would say Destiny 2. We're just over a week away for the Bungie live stream / reveal for Destiny 2, so we'll talk about that not next week, but the week after.
Yep.
Call of Duty, I'm not really interested in. I don't think there's going to be a ton of stuff on Crash Bandicoot.
Unless they say, so we've remastered the trilogy, but then we're actually putting in another thing. Unless they say that, then it's going to be like, eh.
Yeah, unless they say something like, by the way, Crash Team Racing's in there as well.
Or, yeah, so just something... Unless they say that in the trilogy there's more than just the trilogy, then no one's going to... Like, E3's going to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you said this last year.
It'll be good for... It'll be good for... I'm trying to think of the word. Like, because they have booths.
Yeah.
So Insane Trilogy is going to be great for in the booths.
Showing
but
off.
Otherwise, like, you're not going to go like, oh, wow, did you see the video? That was amazing. No one's going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a big thing on stage since it releases on the 30th, for Australia at least, and E3 runs from the 13th to the 15th of June, so a week or two away. I don't think they're going to be doing a big reveal, and we've had a ton of side-by-side comparisons of different levels showing what it looks like originally and how faithful the new version looks. I'm kind of wondering why they need to keep putting this out. Like, I don't see the hype for Crash anymore.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for the Insane Trilogy, but it's just a, like, remaster.
Yep.
You can only get so far.
I think because they've actually had over a year now that they're sort of, it's kind of just fading away. I feel like they kind of should have done a Fallout thing, like, here it is.
Yep, boom, there you go.
Christmas. Or even had it this year and gone, hey, by the way, 2 weeks' time, you can get it. From Bandai Namco Entertainment, Ace Combat 7 and Project Cars 2 is apparently confirmed. There's rumored to be Code Vein, which I'm kind of excited for. It looks good. It's the game that's been going around being credited as the publisher from the Dark Souls series. Yeah. They didn't actually create the Dark Souls series. They published it alongside of From Software. Um,
But that's like saying, you know, Crash Bandicoot from the publishers of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to do with each other.
or, Call of Duty from the publishers of Overwatch,
Yeah,
which
just
probably would work in their favor.
yeah, that would actually do really well, I think.
I'm excited for it. It does look like it takes a lot of inspiration from the Soulsborne franchise.
Yeah, and I think that's why they've said, look, it might not be from the Dark Souls people.
It might not be from software.
But it's still us, and it's kind of like Dark Souls. Please give us money.
I think it was this team or a very similar team worked on the God Eater series, which was really good as well for the PlayStation and Vita. Alongside of the other rumored things is Tekken X Street Fighter, and here's this week's unexpected What the Nintendo segment. An untitled Tamagotchi game for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, what's the problem? What's the problem?
What has Tamagotchi done in the last 10 years? Apart from release a movie and a ton of other stuff, apparently. Apparently. I looked it up this morning and went, what the hell has Tamagotchi done?
Where's the app? Tamagotchi should have an app.
I think they do.
They probably do.
They probably do.
We'll have our finest researchers on it right now. On
right
the
now.
case right now.
I'm just imagining just like a blown up, like still the same sort of pixel art, just on the Switch.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be interesting. It could be like... It's like Nintendogs.
Nintendogs. Like I said, when I was looking up Tamagotchi, I remember this happening, but I didn't remember the full story. But apparently in 2005, MP Nick Xenophon allegedly tried to ban Tamagotchi from schools. Or not just from schools, but ban it or have it at least classified R18
God damn it.
due to the slot feature in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Fearing
Okay.
it would encourage children.
Yeah. Look,
To
I
go-
might have a gambling addiction. But that has nothing to do
That's
with
from the
Tamagotchi.
slots in Pokemon.
Yeah, that's Pokemon's fault.
Can you imagine that? It's like, Tamagotchi, it's R18 plus.
Yeah. You an adult? If you want to raise this little thing, you need to be an adult. No, I think... Sorry, the research has come in. So there is a Tamagotchi app. Yes, there is a Tamagotchi app.
Okay.
The original.
Not the original Tamagotchi, though.
It's called Hachi.
Hachi.
Okay.
Retro Virtual Pet.
Retro Virtual Pet. All right.
That's... I can't read from here.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I have seen that around. Bethesda Softworks apparently has Quake Champions and rumored to have The Evil Within 2, which I think a lot of people are looking forward to.
Yeah, a lot of people liked The Evil Within. I thought it would, like, try too hard with the gore. It was like, look, blood, ooh. And I'm like, okay.
From Capcom, there's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
That looks good. I reckon that looks good.
I'm not a big fighting game person,
I'm not a big fighting game either.
but I am
that-
kind of looking forward to beating people up with Captain America.
Yeah, that's always good. So we've got, from Codemasters, Dirt 4, Micro Machines World Series, and F1 2017.
Sounds like a ton of racing games to me.
Yep, it's just racing games. Is
Racing
that what
game?
Micro Machines is? Is that a racing game?
I think so. It's like little
I think it's
Hot
little
Wheels.
cars. I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
Look,
similar to Tabletop,
If-
which was free on PS Plus. a
if
couple months ago.
Codemasters knows what they're good at doing, I don't think we should bash them for doing what they do.
No, I wasn't bashing them.
No, I'm just saying people will be like,
Yeah. Deep Silver have Kingdom Come, Deliverance, and Agents of Mayhem. And I think a lot of people, I'm not sure a lot of people, I think a few people are keen to see Agents of Mayhem, to see some gameplay. I do believe this is the spin-off or some sort of multiplayer spin-off from the Saints Row series.
is it going to be like how Saints Row 4 used Saints Row 3's world?
I don't know. I think it's the same sort of take the organization that they all work for, and it's like a different separate group within that organization, and then you have multiplayer aspects and run around and cause mayhem, as the title suggests. I think that might be fun. I don't know why they went for such a drastic name change.
What, you think it should have been like Saints Row Agents of Mayhem? If it is the one that is actually...
I mean, that would make sense. From Electronic Arts, we've got Star Wars Battlefront 2, you've got Madden NFL 18, FIFA 18, NBA Live 18, a new Need for Speed game.
So, just all sequels and all remakes. Cool. Well, not remakes.
All the sports games do crazy well. I can't...
I just don't get it, personally.
Neither do I. I mean, I gotta commend them for making microtransactions work that well. I've never seen so many people drop constant money on card packs for to get Ronaldo or whatever.
A famous athlete person. This person does a sport.
Shane Warne?
Okay, so we really need to start Focus. On Focus Home Interactive. Alright, Call of Cthulhu, the official video game. I swear Call of Cthulhu, the game has come out before.
Probably.
I swear it has come out before.
But this one's the official one.
It's more officially...
Do you get to play as Cthulhu? Like, just run around?
There is a RPG where you are Cthulhu.
That sounds awesome.
I forget what it's called. Insurgency Sandstorm. Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
But Vampire, I have heard of. It's basically, I think...
Misspelled.
Yeah, it's misspelled on purpose. They did that on purpose, don't worry. And what it is you're like a doctor, and then you contract vampirism. And you're kind of like, it's a bit of an RPG, and it is an RPG, and you're trying to balance, I'm a doctor, I've taken an oath to save people, but you're also a bloodthirsty monster.
Okay.
And
so you've got a karma system.
I don't know if there is a karma system, but I think that's just what the plot generally is.
Fair enough. From Konami, you've got Metal Gear Survive, the Metal Gear with zombies. Because...
Why not? Why not?
I don't even know why Konami's still in the video game business when they've clearly stated that they're doing so well with pachinkos.
That's all you need is pachinkos.
From Microsoft, you've got Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Fable Fortune, Forza 7, Gigantic, Voodoo Vince Remastered, and Phantom Dust, which had some media press over this week. Because this is apparently one of the exclusives that Microsoft is touting. I haven't really seen much of them putting up a banner. Which it technically is. It is an Xbox exclusive from 2000. It's an original Xbox game from 2004.
Okay.
Which apparently was well liked, well received. And a couple of years ago, it was promised to have a full remastered Crash Bandicoot Insane style, ground up, worked over. Apparently got cancelled because of some troubles, something about not having the original source code, so they couldn't build the game from the original source code. And
so basically there was a lot of drama, a lot of Duke Nukem Forever.
I don't think it was quite as long as that, but it apparently got brought back for at least a HD upscale last year or the year before. This made news because, they're touting it as an exclusive. It looks like just the exact same game with slightly upscaled textures and still the original assets and models. Somehow they managed to shoehorn in microtransactions as well, just in case you don't want to grind the RPG.
Okay.
So currently Microsoft is flaunting a 13-year-old game that's just had an upscale and got microtransactions just in time for the Scorpio, the most powerful console ever. It seems like Microsoft employed Nintendo employees for this. It just doesn't make sense. So going back to the list, from Sega, we've got Total War Warhammer. I almost felt like I knocked that up because it's Total War Warhammer 2.
Total Warhammer 2.
Yeah. Sonic Forces. I don't know what they're doing with Sonic.
Oh man, Sega has been just doing bad things to Sonic ever since 3D was the thing.
From Sony, you've got Days Gone, Death Stranding, Detroit Become Human, Dreams, which I don't know what that game is about. They've shown it 2 or 3 years.
Didn't they specifically say, like, Dreams isn't a game, it's an experience?
Something like that.
Like, because it's, yeah, you're supposed to be dreaming. Because you'll sleep.
Yeah. Gran Turismo Sport, God of War, Knack 2,
Finally.
Spider-Man, Last of Us Part 2, Uncharted The Last Legacy, with rumours being that Bloodborne 2 will be there, Project Oscar will be there, which apparently is Sucker Punch's new project,
Okay.
and Resistance 4, which I highly doubt since Insomniac is working on Spider-Man apparently.
Yeah, okay.
So Resistance 4, I don't know where they've got that from. I've not seen anything from
I
it.
haven't seen anything about Bloodborne 2, but I tell you now, if Bloodborne 2 is announced, that's the game of E3. I'm sorry, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
I don't know if they'll show Dreams again. Like I said, it's had some weird press issues trying to
Tell
explain
them they're
what.
dreaming. Oh, no.
Great Australian reference.
That all of our American audience is just, what? And to that, I say, go watch The Castle. It's an Australian movie.
Gran Turismo Sport, I think, is slated for later this year, so I don't know how much we're going to see of that. Detroit Become Human, I don't think they're that far through development. I don't know if we'll see too much of that, since that only got announced last year. Death Stranding, I don't. Apparently that's in full working game at the moment, so we might see more of that.
How? How could they already have a game?
They're using the entire Horizon engine. They didn't build it from the ground up.
Okay, alright.
Apparently that's working. Greg Miller got invited by Hideo Kojima himself to go to
Because
Japan.
they're
and
friends.
Yes.
They're friends now. Yay.
From Square Enix, Battalion 1944, Dragon Quest 11, Final Fantasy VII Remake,
King.
Kingdom Hearts 3,
King.
Project Octopath Traveler.
What a name for a project. Unless the name of the game is Project
I think
Octopath
that it
Traveler,
is.
then what a name. Killer name.
Project Prelude Rune, and rumoured that there's some Avengers project
Well-
and Guardians of the Galaxy game.
There is that Avengers project, and I have like seen that. It looks like that they kind of want to do the game version of what the movie's done, where there's a Hulk game, but it ties into the Wolverine game because Marvel does own the video game rights now.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see anything of Final Fantasy VII or Kingdom Hearts 3. It's been... I think the last thing I saw was... We're still working on like the opening cinematic for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. I reckon Kingdom Hearts 3 will be a video like, look, this character is a summon. It's the Manta Ray from Finding Dory. Actually, no, that'll be huge because that's a Pixar character. I've picked a bad example. But they'll be like, look at this minor character from a movie, but is now a summon in the game. Yay. And everyone will be like, give us more.
I'm highly doubtful about anything Final Fantasy VII or Kingdom Hearts 3. Project Octopath Traveler, I think probably be there.
What is it? Do you know what it is?
It's some sort of 2D turn-based RPG.
Oh, I actually think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. From Take-Two Interactive, Red Dead Redemption 2, NBA 2K18. Red Dead Redemption,
Everybody loves that.
I feel like we should be hearing something about that. It's been a while since anything came up from that. THQ Nordic, Darksiders 3, a lot of stuff's been coming out about
That's
this.
like huge though because THQ died, but
Yeah.
from the ashes, Darksiders continues, and it's funny because Darksiders is about death
Yes.
and dying, which THQ did. My jokes are really just Go on.
Very serious.
Yeah, I'm a very serious Joker.
From Ubisoft, South Park: The Fractured Butthole. How's this game not come out? This game was
Yeah, I
slated to
thought-
come out last year or the year before. I don't understand how it's still not out.
I also feel like if they wanted it to be on the Switch, they could easily port that. I don't
Easily.
see how that's a like.
I don't think that's any graphical.
Yeah,
I think it's just the family-friendly orientation that Nintendo likes to take. Also rumored from Ubisoft is the next Assassin's Creed game.
which is apparently set in Egypt. Apparently,
Beyond Good and Evil 2, which has a lot of yes and no. People keep leaking it, saying it's yes, and the developer keeps coming out and saying no. So I don't think that would be a sort of weird thing to be announced. Just Dance 18, always a solid
yeah.
game, I guess.
I was like, what do you mean rumored? You know that's coming out. You just know it's gonna come out.
Another Tom Clancy game,
Splinter Cell, apparently.
and another Far Cry game.
I doubt
All
the
it-
Far Cry, honestly. I think the Far Cry... although I have actually heard a rumour that there is the Far Cry live-action trailer being filmed, much like Far Cry Primal had a live-action trailer. So I reckon we'll get that, but I don't think we're going to get any gameplay or anything. I think they're just...
After 4 and Primal, I don't know if Far Cry has had enough time to rest before people want another sandbox Ubisoft game.
Yeah, I actually have to kind of commend Ubisoft because it looks like they've kind of taken a step back. I felt like they were just pumping out Assassin's Creed games.
Well, I feel like they've also taken a step back to deal with the Vivendi hostile takeover.
Yep.
From Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, we've got Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which...
Apparently, I thought everybody didn't like Shadow of Mordor, but then when Shadow of War the trailer came out, everyone just lost it and was so excited. I'm one of those people. I'm excited for it.
I need to go back and play. I've got it.
You do need to go back. It's like Batman, but Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Speaking
The-
of Batman,
There's apparently a rumored Batman 2017 game. I guess slated to come out this year.
why would they... Batman 2017, released in 2018.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I feel like if you're going to rumor a Batman game, you would say Arkham something, right?
Yeah.
But they've just said Batman.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not an Arkham game. Maybe it's something completely different.
And at that point, I don't know what you would be doing with a Batman game. I feel like a
I know what I'll do.
Justice League would probably be more in tune with them to get the cinematic tie-ins. Yeah.
That would be interesting, though. Batman Arkham and then
Dawn
something.
of Justice.
Yeah. And then you're playing... and you're just going along, living your life, and then suddenly one of Superman's like enemies comes in, like who's the ugly one from Batman vs Superman at the end?
Oh,
We don't do good with movies. This is why we get Mono to do them. Mono's shouting at the screen right
yeah,
now.
he is.
He's grey, and he's ugly, and he's a Superman villain, which is why I don't know his name, because I don't like Superman that much. Maybe just Friends.
I'm drawing a
You
blank.
don't know.
I'm drawing a blank. It'll come to me as soon as we finish. I'll be like, that's it.
Well, basically,
I've come up with a new recipe.
the DC version of
Hulk.
Abomination.
Is it Abomination? Is it just straight up Abomination?
No, Abomination is Hulk's enemy.
Right.
From the Incredible Hulk.
He is an Abomination.
See, we need to stop talking about movies. But anyway, yeah, you get one of Superman's enemies fly down, and then Batman's like, how do I deal with this? Because I am a squishy boy.
Also, Superman's killed you in all the other obvious ways, which you've now impervious to.
Which is why Batman's the perfect fix.
Calls up Green Arrow, just shoves him in the cell.
Just but yeah, I could see an Arkham game, and then you've got interactions from starting to branch out of Batman's little bubble.
That would be interesting. This entire list is just rumors, speculation. Could be a media presentation. Could just be available on the show floor.
Yeah.
We hope you liked what we've talked about.
We've just kind of gone through it. This is kind of more of a like
Analysis.
well, I wouldn't even say that. We didn't really analyze much. It's more of a kind of a feed.
Yeah.
I would say.
As always, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode, even though it's vastly different to what we normally do.
Quite a bit longer.
A little bit longer.
My jokes are a bit just off out there today.
Remember, Facebook is where we post updates and new episodes first, so like us there to see when this goes up each Sunday night or Sunday midday, probably today.
Hopefully.
A little bit earlier. If you want to see what we get up into our personal lives, check us out on Twitter at BMW3ing and at Should Be Matt. That's a callback.
Yeah.
Peter Comedy. And if you're not a social media person, that deal is still available. Just hit the subscribe button below and the little bell next to it to get desktop notifications whenever we post.
There you go. That's it. Now
That's
there's
it.
things to click.
There's things to click. There's maybe a link.
No, there's like a subscribe button, and then like latest video, and then playlist. I'm pretty sure is what it does.
All right.